Psychic attacks and backlash. That is the topic of this video. And it's not just happening to me. It's happening to a lot of people. And this is why, if you're a public person, and by being a Facebook user, you're kind of a public person. You don't necessarily have to be a host of a TV show or a radio show. But when you're interacting with other energies and you're trying to disrupt obsolete belief systems that are firmly in place in people's minds, there's going to be a certain amount of backlash and psychic attack. Not all psychic attack is deliberate or done ritualistically in some dark room with candles burning and bound virgins. It's people sending hatred and anger towards you because you did something that pissed them off, because maybe you drew a boundary, maybe you blocked them on Facebook because they were being overly critical or borderline demanding. So they'll find a way to slander your name or distract you from your focus from your videos by saying things that engage you to be defensive. And this is happening to people all across the board. Sometimes I experience it. I'm not talking about one person. It seems like every day there's a new person coming out of the woodwork to show me their multiple personalities. It's happening on a daily basis. And what I can say is I'm not a perfect person, nor have I ever claimed to be a perfect person. In fact, I've actually talked about a lot of my faults on my videos and how I'm not perfect, and how a lot of my videos is just about my own awakening, as well as sharing you my analysis and views on what's going on in society, the social aspect and the spiritual aspect. But some people say, hey, we just like your videos on this or that, and they don't like everything, so they have to come in and be Mr. Critic and be really loud in the room. And so if I set up a forum or something, there are people that try to come in and hijack things. So that's where people come in and they block. They go, you're running interference. It's inappropriate. It's inappropriate behavior. Start your own forum then. And there's a lot of people that don't respect our space. That's the issue. And it takes a strong person to do what I'm doing, to put yourself out there, have people laugh at you for what you're doing, where it only makes you stronger. And that's the thing about this backlash energy that comes in. And I'm talking about a lifetime of information. People hear what I'm saying, they don't take it seriously when I talk about the dark forces. And if they perceive something I've done as something that they see as of the devil, because their perception is looking at it that way, like something's in their mind driving them mad, helping create a more angry experience for them. And these people don't believe these things are taking place. I know these things are taking place. I felt it too. This energy that wants to come in and get people to fight, have a misunderstanding, and then start slandering each other, attacking each other, instead of just respecting each other's opinion. I'm seeing a lot of this multi-personality behavior in people. And every couple days, a new person's coming out to attack me. And so instead of just getting defensive, I'm talking to you about what I'm interpreting from this. First of all, I've spent a lot more time meditating than I have in the past. And some of these meditation techniques are different than things you've heard about. And it deals with grounding and clearing your space. And that's about establishing boundaries, getting people out of your etheric space that don't belong there, that don't belong in your head, that don't have a right to attach cords to you. And because of the nature of some of the things that I've talked about over the years, there's a lot of things that have come in my direction that a lot of you aren't ready to understand or can understand because you don't believe in that part of reality. Therefore, you view it as schizophrenic. And it's fairly unfortunate that I'm discredited in the eyes of so many people because I'm willing to talk about certain areas and issues that others aren't. As for the rest of you, you know exactly what I'm talking about those cords, about those psychic attacks, about those moments where you don't live up to someone's expectations, someone you got close to, someone you started dialoguing with, and you blocked them and they came around the side and started doing everything that they could to attack you and defame you. Now, my situation's a little different, and I've avoided a lot of stuff that other people have experienced, other people in the alternative media and independent media, but I have no track record of screwing anybody over financially. I don't have to defend myself. There's no Alex Ansary Exposed documentary out there, because I don't have that type of shady history. I left my own TV show to go off the grid and live without money. Because I mentioned contributions, I'm seen as a beggar and, quote-unquote, an abuser for dialoguing with someone that offered to make a donation. And I told them a great way you can help is to help me get this alexansary.tv domain renewed so I don't lose it like I lost alexansary.com 3 years ago. When I blocked this person for abusing me, this person took that conversation, instead of, reposting it in the proper context, saying that I tried to, quote, force him. I don't know how I would do that. How can you force someone you don't know or pressure someone you don't know? Especially when they said to you, I want to make a donation. And I said, this is really the best way you can help. The conversation didn't go on, though, beyond that week. The person obviously wasn't able to help. That was fine. But when that person came around to be abusive and make demands, that's when I let people go. But when you connect with people, unfortunately, unless you're willing to ground yourself, you're open to all types of abuse. So now I'm in a situation where it seems like not only him, but in particular, this isn't about one person. I had someone delete all my videos just the other day from the Alternative Media Network YouTube page because I called out my former employer for issues between me and him in a private YouTube video. This person also had me on their website for well over a year. And I'm giving you lots of stories because I want you to understand there's a pattern that I'm seeing here with people coming into my space as I'm trying to move forward and cause disruption and distract me from actually being in a clear head and space. Now, that's not... It's my responsibility to be in a clear head and space. And that's what this whole video is about. At a point in my life where I'm trying to be more clear-headed and focus on my work, it's at that moment that the anger comes out. Do these people even know why they're angry, or do they truly believe what they're saying? Alex is evil. He must be stopped. Stopped from what? What am I doing? Who am I bothering? He must be stopped. We have to expose him. We have to make sure no one supports his growth and progress. We must spam the comment channels. We must spam the spam. We must do this. We must do that. We must stop Alex Ansary's growth. Where is that coming from? Who am I fucking with? Who have I attacked? What forums or pages am I on doing such behavior? I'm not. So this is just something that is very, very interesting to see. How I have, unless I'm able to block someone completely, they're going to keep coming, and they're going to keep coming, and they're going to keep coming. What I'm noticing is once I block that person, immediately another one pops up. You cut off the head, another one pops up. And they're actually upset that I'm seeing this behavior in them. And to them, it's like, oh, I'm just making all this stuff up. It's not just being made up. There's always someone coming in to cause a disruption. And you either ignore it, or you fight it, or you acknowledge it. In this case, I'm not ignoring it. And I'm not fighting it. I'm acknowledging it so you guys understand that there are weird personalities going on. You need to think outside the box with the government and agents and CIA. I know that people think it's laughable to think that people can get so, something into them where they will just start flipping out and make it their life's goal to attack someone for daring block them or draw boundaries. But it's true. They're all over the place. They seek to take over our forums. They seek to take over our lives. They seek to conquer and they seek to destroy our names, our reputation, because something is upset at us because of the work that we're doing. And the very fact that I'm mentioning this is the very reason why they think I'm dark, that I'm even mentioning a dark energy behind this. I remember being attacked by someone when I lived off the grid by a man who was a pedophile because I was talking about archons. He went around the whole area to make sure I never had any allies. And he said, that guy over there, Alex Ansary, he is a conspiracy theorist, schizophrenic. Do not help him. Let him starve out there. Let him freeze out there. And maybe one day he'll friggin' leave this place. We don't want him here. That's what I went through when I was living out there. Having my own friend call me a truther. I forgave this person. We haven't talked since. But the last encounter with this person was watching someone get drunk on me and call me a truther in a derogatory term, as if, you know, everything that I stand for is a fucking lie. I can just almost hear that he's such a douchebag echoing in the background. Is that really what they think about Alex Ansary because I have a YouTube channel? How many times do I meet a racist out there? Oh, it's not your fault you're a nigger. That's what the old man said to me yesterday when I was talking to this guy in downtown Trinidad for 20 minutes and he asked me where I'm from. So when I block people and I tell them, man, I get attacked all the time, they need to understand I'm asking for boundaries. When you talk to me, when you come onto my channel and say certain things, because I sacrifice a lot. And if you want to apologize, be a man and apologize. Don't go around lying about me and making things up. That's just more evidence that there's a nerve that I'm hitting that's causing this type of backlash. That someone would say that I would try to force him to give me something. After this person offered to help, all I did is specify at a moment that I was panicked, hey, this is how you can help, man. If you really want to help. And still to this day, I have not gotten help with that from anyone. And I'm not talking about it. Nor am I begging. Nor am I begging as of late. One person is helping me out now. I have a place to live. I have no money whatsoever. And I'm not crying about it. I am focused on moving forward. And yet I am an open target for doing what I'm doing. I'm the only person of Afghan blood. I know people hate hearing this. And yet I keep pinching myself going, why is that? I don't want that to be the case. This is not about ego. I would love to be able to talk to people from my father's country about issues that are close to the heart. I would love to learn about my own history. So why does that make me evil for doing what I'm doing? Why does that make me selfish and self-serving? Because I want to bring light to what's going on over there in that region, all the millions dead. Why does that make me evil? Why does that make me an open target? Why do people slander me in ways that they can? Why did a guy come just a couple days ago and start accusing me of being in bed with the Council on National Policy? He's like, yeah, I used to slander you in your chat rooms years ago when you were hating on Josh Reeves, a guy that used to just trash me. When I did a show on Oracle Broadcasting, brought so much negative energy to that particular network. Slander, infighting, attacks. Where's the unity? Where's the community? I mean, and it really brought me back. Why did that person pop out of nowhere at the moment in time where I'm doing more to ground and meditate and clear my own energy? Things could be a lot worse, and who knows? By the very fact that I'm even bringing this up on YouTube, a whole bunch of attacks may follow this very video. No, Alex, you don't understand. You're the devil. You're the evil one. You're the Satanist. You want to do this. You're trying to build empire. Literally, $15 in donations came in this month. Am I begging anyone for anything? So I put it out there when I need to keep my website online. I did in a politeful manner. Someone twists it and says I try to force them to do something to make sure no one ever supports what I'm doing. Because the truth is, if a few people subscribe to me for $5 a month, only 3 are right now. For $5 a month, if a few people want to subscribe and I start putting together a nice 28-minute weekly show that would air on Access TV, things would be a lot more different in my life, and maybe, just maybe, I can do alternative media all day long and make a living for myself. But that day hasn't come yet, and so I just accept the life as it is, without crying. I accept life as it is. Because there is a creative force in the universe that's always been there for me. Even times where I've had no money. And that's how I'm able to keep it together and make videos without begging and crying and screaming about things of that nature. I keep things mostly on topic for the most part. And my viewers know this. And so, some might say that I'm feeding into the beast by even addressing this, but it needs to be addressed because this is actually happening. And it doesn't mean that you should stop your own spiritual growth when you get attacked for growing, but understand that it's confirmation that maybe you're doing something right, that you're actually pissing some of these entities off, that may be attacking some of these other people in their mind, convincing them to attack us. And in this next video, I'll be back with more thoughts.